This week at the NCPA has been a busy one on the public policy front. President and CEO Alan West talked with Fox News' Greta Van Susteren about the national security solutions in dealing with ISIS.
Put diplomatic sanctions on, put economic sanctions on to separate state sponsors away from ISIS.
As the Fed met to consider raising interest rates, NCPA distinguished fellow Bob McTeer explained the impact on stock prices to CNBC.
I don't think the Fed started out thinking that the stock market was what they were trying to manipulate, but I think it ended up being that, and the stock market is sort of the referendum in this country of what the Fed's doing. So they're going to be very reluctant to do major damage to the stock market.
Also in the news this week, NCPA experts were featured in the Washington Times, CNBC Online, Forbes, the Health Wonk Review, and Investors Business Daily, to name a few. The battle over a balanced budget is in full swing in Washington, as Legislative Director Brian Williams explains.
The House and Senate both introduced their budget resolutions this week. Both budget resolutions balance the federal budget within 10 years without raising taxes, unlike the president's budget proposal, which raises taxes and never balances, ever. Now, there's a pretty fierce debate going on right now between Republican conservatives who want to keep spending levels low and Republican conservatives who want to increase defense spending a little bit above what the president requested. You have your deficit hawks versus your defense hawks. Anyway, that debate should spill over into next week when both the House and the Senate are scheduled to consider their budget resolutions on the floor. Also, House leaders are working on the best Medicare entitlement reform proposal in years. It would institute long-term Medicare reforms that will save billions in that program. Now, these Medicare reforms are part of a larger bill that will unfortunately increase federal spending in the short term to pay more money to doctors for treating Medicare patients. That bill should be introduced very soon because on April 1st, Medicare doctor payments are scheduled to be cut by 20%. And finally, the Senate Health, Education, Labor, and Pensions Committee held a hearing this week about the future of health information technology. NCPA senior fellow John R. Graham submitted written testimony for the hearing, warning Congress that government involvement in health information technology is expensive and unproductive. You can read John's testimony at our website.
And don't forget the April 3rd luncheon event with journalist Glenn Greenwald. April 30th, the NCPA is hosting New York Times bestselling author James Rickards, author of The Death of Money. It's your support of the NCPA, America's think tank, that makes this work possible. Thank you.